This is a story of a civilization which for more than 1,000 years dominated the Mediterranean region and laid the foundation for Western culture. Their accomplishments were so influential that they survived the test of time, and their influence can be seen up until today. We're talking about the Roman Empire, a vast and sophisticated society that left an indelible mark on history. But what really happened? What were the factors that contributed to the downfall of this great empire? Did you know there are many shocking revelations about ancient Rome that will change how we think about the fall of the Roman Empire forever? Welcome back, everyone. Here, in today's video, we are going to talk about the fall of the Roman Empire. You might have heard about it in school, but now get ready to learn some facts that you won't find in any textbook. From secret societies to hidden conspiracies, we will uncover the truth about what really brought down the mighty Roman Empire. So make sure to watch till the end. And let's dive right into it. For more than 1,000 years, the Roman Empire stood as the most powerful civilization on Earth. A world of emperors, gladiators, conquest, and innovation. But behind its glory lay secrets, betrayals, and a legacy that still shapes our world today. Now, this is the story of the rise and fall of the Roman Empire. Rome began as a small settlement on the banks of the Tiber River. Just a modest city-state among many in the Mediterranean. Yet destiny had grander plans for this humble town. Through great strategy and sheer ambition, Rome transformed from a village of farmers into a republic, ruled not by kings, but by senators and its loyal citizens. It was a new way of governing, one that promised more say in their own destiny to the people. But power breeds ambition. Figures like Julius Caesar and Augustus reshaped the republic into an empire, a vast domain stretching from the British Isles to Egypt, from Spain to Mesopotamia. With them, Rome became more than a collection of lands. It became a web of trade, culture, and law binding diverse peoples under one banner. No other ruler before or after achieved such sway over Europe, North Africa, and the Near East. The secret to Rome's rise wasn't just in its legions. Oh, no, not by a long shot. Sure, the soldiers were a force to be reckoned with, loyal, well-trained, and armed to the teeth. But Rome's real ace was its knack for organization, roads that cut across mountains and rivers, aqueducts that brought water across miles of land, and laws that put justice at the heart of governance. These were the cornerstones of Rome's greatness, innovations that made life easier. Trade flourished, and people felt safe under Rome's laws. Still, power is a fickle mistress. As Rome's wealth grew, so did the shadows. Whispers of corruption, plots, and betrayal echoed in the marble halls of power. One wrong move, and the ambitious could topple emperors from their thrones, plunging the empire into chaos. It was a dangerous game where trust was a luxury and paranoia a constant companion. And then there were the barbarians, fierce tribes from beyond the empire's borders who coveted Rome's riches. Over the centuries, these proud warriors tested Rome's defenses, probing for weaknesses and ready to exploit any slip. Each attack chipped away at Rome's dominance, reminding the citizens that even the mightiest empires must stay vigilant. So let's rewind back to the days when Rome stood tall as the king of the hill. The Colosseum was packed with spectators eager to witness the next sword fight or chariot race. Across the empire, governors collected taxes and enforced the emperor's laws, ensuring everyone paid their dues, and merchants sailed distant seas, bringing back treasures that lined Rome's coffers. It seemed like the empire would endure forever, but beneath the surface, trouble was brewing. The seeds of Rome's decline were sown long before the barbarians breached the city gates. Fast forward to the 3rd century, a pivotal moment in Roman history. Imagine the year is 235 AD. The empire is vast, rich, and stable. Or so it seems. But appearances can be deceiving. A sense of foreboding hangs in the air. Cracks have begun to show in Rome's seemingly impenetrable armor. On the surface, the empire appears strong, but beneath the facade, trouble is brewing. Emperor Lagavolus, the last of the Severan dynasty, sits on the throne, unaware that his days are numbered. His mother, Julia Caesar, wields considerable power behind the scenes, maneuvering to secure her family's interests. The once proud army has been stretched thin, defending the empire's far-flung borders from the relentless pressure of outside invaders. Among them are the Goths and the Alemanni, fierce tribes eager to claim their piece of the Roman pie. Meanwhile, within the empire's heartland, corruption and decadence run rampant. The economic engine that fueled Rome's growth is sputtering. Inflation soars, devaluing hard-earned coins. Rome's trade networks, once the envy of the ancient world, are being disrupted by pirates and rival powers. People's faith in the government erodes as corruption scandals tarnish the reputations of influential figures. As the 3rd century drags on, the situation grows increasingly dire. In 253 AD, the Goths breach the borders, marking a turning point in Rome's fortunes. The following year, Elagabalus perishes in battle against the Goths, leaving the empire vulnerable. Soon, rivals and usurpers smell weakness and seize their chance to strike. A wave of instability washes over the empire as contenders vie for power. Amidst this turmoil, Julia Caesar seizes control, installing her grandson, Elagabalus's heir, as the puppet emperor. She calls upon the seasoned soldier Aurelian to defend Rome's honor against the barbarians. Aurelian rises to the challenge, repelling the Gothic invaders and restoring order. But he is not destined to rule for long. Assassinated in 275 AD, his untimely death sets the stage for another round of power struggles. By the turn of the century, the empire is hemorrhaging money, manpower, and morale. Rome has yet to face its greatest challenge, but the road to ruin is paved with the best of intentions. Fast forward again to the year 476 AD. The Western Roman Empire is on its last legs. After centuries of strife, it's now under the control of the Germanic chieftain Odo. He sits in the imperial palace in Ravenna, Italy, having deposed Romulus Augustulus, the last of the Western Roman Empire. The writing is on the wall. The empire that once spanned continents is teetering on the brink of collapse. Odoacer, a warrior of humble origins, finds himself at the helm of a shattered realm. Years of turmoil and economic hardship have reduced Rome to a shadow of its former self. The once invincible legions are depleted and demoralized. Instead of being the enforcers of order, they are now a fraction of their former size, barely holding back the tide of chaos. In the face of this bleak reality, Odoacer makes a pivotal decision. He sends the imperial insignia, a symbolic representation of Rome's power, to the Eastern Roman Emperor, Zeno. In Constantinople, this act, laden with significance, is effectively a declaration. The Western Roman Empire, once the crown jewel of the ancient world, is no more. However, Rome's demise is not solely due to external pressures. It is a tale of internal decay as well. Leadership has been plagued by corruption, decadence, and civil wars. As the empire's woes mount, citizens flee the crumbling cities seeking refuge in rural areas. The tax base shrinks, further weakening Rome's ability to fund its operations. Meanwhile, the Germanic tribes who once served as mercenaries in Rome's armies now press their advantage. Groups like the Visigoths, Vandals, and Huns pour into the weakened empire, each seeking a piece of the dwindling resources. They sack cities, plunder countryside, and impose their dominance on the remnants of Rome's population. With Rome's defenses in sharp decline, foreign invaders capitalize on the chaos. In 455 AD, the Vandals, led by King Gundric, descend on Rome, pillaging the city and carrying off treasures to their new Vandal kingdom in North Africa. It's a humiliating blow to the pride of Rome. Over the next 2 decades, the pressure mounts. In 466, the Burgundians establish a kingdom in the heart of Gaul, while the Visigoths, under Alaric II, push into southern Gaul. Rome's grip on the region weakens, as these Germanic tribes carve out their own domains. Then comes the final blow in 476. The young Western Roman Emperor Romulus, propped up by his general Orestes, faces a rebellion led by none other than Orestes' own son, the aforementioned Odoacer. After a brief struggle, Orestes is ousted and executed, and in a symbolic act that echoes the deposition of monarchs in medieval Europe, Odoacer forces Romulus Augustulus to abdicate, ending the Western Roman Empire's 500-year reign. He assumes the title of King of Italy and sends the imperial regalia to Constantinople, a gesture that signifies the irreversible split between East and West. Rome may not fall in a day, but its passing is inevitable. The seeds of decline sown long ago bear bitter fruit. Internal decay, economic crises, barbarian invasions, civil strife, and inept leadership converge to bring the mighty empire to its knees. In the ruins of Rome, we find a timeless tale of power's fragility, ambitions, pitfalls, and the impermanence of greatness. However, Rome's story doesn't end here. Its influence continued in the Byzantine Empire in the East, which endured for another 1,000 years. Roman laws, architecture, language, and religion left an indelible mark on Western civilization. Even as the empire crumbled, its spirit lived on. The fall of Rome is a cautionary tale, yes, but it is also a testament to human resilience and the enduring legacy of one of history's greatest civilizations. The story of Rome is not just one of conquest and collapse, but of humanity's endless pursuit of power, greatness, and immortality. Let us know your thoughts on the fall of the Roman Empire in the comments section below. And if you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Thank you for watching.